රිවයින් කරන්න පුළුවන් නිසා මුකුත් මගේ වෙන්නේ.
BOTV ටීවී බලන හොඳම විදිහ.
Making headlines on First at 9. Reason for the epidemic. Medical Research Institute identifies influenza A to be the reason which caused 13 deaths in the southern province.
The Medical Research Institute has received nearly 159 samples from Karapiti and majority were influenza A.
Rebuilding the nation. President Maithripala Sirisena visits the housing complex constructed for the victims of the 2016 Aranayaka landslide. Inquiry begins. Presidential Commission appointed to investigate financial irregularities at Sri Lankan Airlines commenced its hearings. Pointing the loopholes. Chairman of Sri Lanka Porujana Perumuna Professor G.L.P. says SLFP fails to acknowledge the root cause for issues faced by the government. Volcanic eruption. 25 killed and nearly 300 injured in the most violent eruption of Guatemala's Fuego volcano in 4 decades. A very good evening and welcome to First at 9. I'm Katharina Chang. Now on to your top story tonight. Medical Research Institute of Sri Lanka today revealed the exact virus which caused 13 deaths in the southern province. The MRI said it was due to a strain of influenza called influenza A virus. Earlier, the medical officers believed that the epidemic was caused by a combination of one primary infection virus and several other secondary infection virus or bacteria. 13 infants and toddlers lost their lives due to the unidentified epidemic in the southern province over the past month. Different diagnoses were given by many medical officers over the past few weeks because of the difficulty to identify the proper cause for the tragic deaths. However, the Medical Research Institute of Sri Lanka today revealed that the epidemic is caused by a strain of influenza called influenza A virus.
The Medical Research Institute has received nearly 159 samples from Karapiti and of course we have received 1200 samples from all over the Sri Lanka. So out of that, Karapiti hospital around 159, majority were detected by the molecular testing that is called PCR. Majority were influenza A.
Especially with the small fellows, their immune system get compromised. Once your immune system get compromised, you are more prone to get infection. Sometimes those organisms may be living with you, but once immune system get compromised, those organisms also can cause the secondary infection. That's because of that's very difficult to give a straightforward answer. Whatever the available evidence, we thought main positive organism is influenza.
Meanwhile, the Karapiti Union branch of the Government Medical Officers Association also expressed views on the matter.
About 10 days ago, we held a press conference and said clinically this is influenza viral infection. After that, several authorities have given various statements which are, I think, very irresponsible and saying that they cannot definitely say that this is influenza. In addition, we said that we had to take precautions to prevent this infection. Most important is giving vaccination to high-risk group, that is the children less than 5 years, elderly people more than 65 years, people whose immunity is less, and health staff. But as we requested, the government has not yet decided to give the vaccination. We request that this vaccine should be given to all the healthcare workers, particularly in the Karapiti hospital and if possible to other hospitals in the southern province. Thereby, we will be able to prevent spread of this potentially deadly disease to other parts of the country.
President Maithripala Sirisena urges the public to render their support to the government and institutions towards environmental protection. He expressed these views at an event held in Kegalle today. President Maithripala Sirisena attended National Environment Day celebration held in line with World Environment Day, which falls tomorrow. World Environment Day 2018 will be held under the theme Let's Avoid the Environmental Pollution Caused by Plastic Waste. President Sirisena planted a sapling in view of the occasion. During the event, the President launched the Basic Bio-Environmental Data Survey report on major ports of Colombo, Galle, Trincomalee and Hambantota. The President also provided facilities for waste disposal management in the area. Awards were also presented to winners of Environment Day competitions.
අපේ රටේ ප්ලාස්ටික් පොලිතීන් ඔබ දන්නවා අපි පාලනය කරන්න පහුගිය දවස්වල මොනතරම් තීන්දුව තීරණ ගත්තද කියලා. පොලිතීන් තහනම ගැසට් නිවේදනය වළක්වන්න විශාල පිරිසක් උත්සාහ ගත්තා. නමුත් මම ඒකට පසුබට වුණේ නැහැ. යහපත් දේ හොඳ දේ සත්භාවයෙන් රජයක් වේවා වෙනත් ආයතනයක් වේවා කෙනෙක් කරනවා නම් ඒට සහයෝගය දෙන්න.
In the meantime, the head of state inspected the housing complex constructed by the Chinese government for the victims of the Derana landslide which occurred in 2016.
Honor for us.
Thank you. Very small gift.
National organizer of the SLFP, Minister Dumida Disanayake, today revealed the main goal of the restructure process of the party. The minister said that it is to appoint the party's chairman, Maithripala Sirisena, as the president in the 2020 presidential election. He made remark at a ceremony for the temporary board of office bearers to assume duties. The newly appointed General Secretary of SLFP, Professor Rohana Lakshmani Piyadasa, and National Organizer Minister Dumida Disanayake officially assumed duties today.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයේ අම්මාකාරයක අද වර්තමානයේ ගැටලුවක මුණ පාලා තියෙන අවස්ථාවක්. සුවිශේෂීභාවය තමයි මේ රටේ ජන පදනම තියෙන මිනිසුන්ගේ හදවත දිනාගත්ත ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයට නැවත වතාවක් මිනිසු තමන්ට කරන ද කෘතවේදීත්වයේ සලකමින් පක්ෂය නැවත ගොඩනගනවා. පක්ෂයට බලය ආරම්භ දෙනවා. මට හිතෙනවා මෛත්‍රීපාල සිරිසේන ජනාධිපතිතුමා යටතේ මේ නව ප්‍රතිසංස්කරණ ඉතා කෙටි කාලයකින් වඩා ප්‍රතිඵලදායී ලෙස පහළ ඉඳන් ඉහළට ගොඩනගන්න පුළුවන්.
අපි ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂය 2020 දී අපේ ජනාධිපතිතුමා වන මෛත්‍රීපාල සිරිසේන මැතිතුමාව නැවත වතාවක් ජනාධිපති පුටුවේ වාඩි කරන්නත් පළාත් සභා මැතිවරණය පාර්ලිමේන්තු මැතිවරණයේදී ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂය ජයග්‍රහණය කිරීම කියන අරමුණු කරගෙන තමයි අපි ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂය ප්‍රතිසංවිධානය කරන්නේ. ජනාධිපතිතුමා ඊයේත් මතක් කරා නායකයෙක් මුල් කරගෙන යනවට වඩා ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂය හැමදාමත් දර්ශනයක් වටා තමයි එකතු යුත්තේ ඒකරාශී විය යුත්තේ. හැබැයි පහුගිය කාලේ අපෙන් ඒක ඈත් වෙලා අපි පුද්ගලයෝ පස්සේ තමයි ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂය කටයුතු කරේ.
නිදහස් පක්ෂයෙන් යම් කිසි මග්ගියුරු පිටසක් ඉන්නවා.
සියලුම දේවල් ප්‍රතිපත්තිමය එකඟතාවය නැති කරගනිමින් අපිට පුළුවන් සාකච්ඡා කරන්න. මේ සාකච්ඡා මේසයට ඇවිල්ලා අපිට තියෙන ගැටලු निराකරණය කරන්න පුළුවන්.
ඉතින් අපි මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමාවත් උපදේශක මණ්ඩලයට පත් කරලා තියෙනවා මේ සියලු ප්‍රශ්න මැද්දේ. අපේ පැත්තෙන් අපි මේ සියලු දෙනාව ඒකරාශී කරන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන දොරවල් ටික විවෘත කරලා මේ අවස්ථාවේදී තියෙනවා.
Meanwhile, members of the newly appointed temporary board of office bearers responded to questions regarding the SLFP presidential candidate for the 2020 election.
ඔබතුමාලා කැමති 2020 කවුද ජනාධිපති අපේක්ෂකයා?
ඒක කාලේ නෙවෙයි. ඒකට දැන් කාලේ නෙවෙයි.
අපේ පක්ෂයේ ඉන්නවා මෛත්‍රීපාල සිරිසේන මැතිතුමා, ජෝන් සෙනවිරත්න මැතිතුමා, සුසිල් ප්‍රේමජයන්ත මැතිතුමා, අනුර ප්‍රියදර්ශන යාපා මැතිතුමා, එස්.පී. දිසානායක, දිලිලාල් පෙරේරා, ඒ වගේම පොදු විපක්ෂයේ බැසිල් රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමා ඉන්නවා, ගෝඨාභය මැතිතුමා ඉන්නවා, දැන් චමල් රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමා ඉන්නවා, වීරවංශ මැතිතුමා ඉන්නවා, ඒ වගේම දිනේෂ් ගුණවර්ධන මැතිතුමා ඉන්නවා. ඒ අර එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ ඉඳලා මේ පැත්තට එනවා නම් රාජිත සේනාරත්න මැතිතුමා, චම්පික රණවක මැතිතුමා අපි එහෙම කිව්වොත් තාම අපි ජනාධිපතිතුමා තීන්දුවක් කරන්නේ.
Meanwhile, General Secretary of the United National Party, Minister Akila Viraj Karyawasam, says that party leader Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe will be nominated as the candidate in the next presidential election. He expressed these views to media at Sirikota this morning. The launch of the United National Party's Central Media Unit and the Satya program was held under the auspices of Minister of Telecommunication, Digital Infrastructure and Foreign Employment, Harin Fernando. A group of ministers, including Minister of Finance and Mass Media, Mangala Samravira, were also present for this occasion.
We believe it's our responsibility to say the truth, and we believe it's the media's responsibility to take the truth, and we also believe it's a people's responsibility to understand the truth. So I think it's a right time, even though it's a bit late. We still have 2 good years, and people of Sri Lanka are very smart. We hope they understand the truth, which is going to be out there very soon.
මම මීට සති දෙකකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ
මැතිතුමාගේ තියෙන සියලුම නඩු මාධ්‍යයෙන් කිව්වා. ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික මීඩියා එකේ ඒක හොඳට දැක්ක. හැබැයි එක සිංහල පත්තරයක් බය වුණා ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂගේ හොරකම් ගැන ලියන්න. ඒ වගේම මම දැක්ක ඊයේ පෙරේදා ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ ඇවිල්ලා අභියෝග කරා මගේ නෝනාගේ ගෙදර ඇරෙන්න ගෙවල් තියනවා නම් කියන්නේ කියලා. රංජන් රාමනායකගේ අභියෝගය බාරගෙන කරුණු වීඩියෝ දර්ශන සහ ලයිව් පිළ ඇතුව පෙන්වුවා ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ කතරගම මැණික් ගඟේ යූරේ හදපු ඒ සුඛෝපභෝගී මහා මාලිගාව කියනවා මට මඩ ගහන්න. තමන්ගේ ගයක් නෙමෙයි නම් ලංකා ඉලෙක්ට්‍රිසිටි බෝඩ් එකට තියෙන අමාරුව මොකද්ද? එතුමාගේ නමින් එතනට ඉලෙක්ට්‍රිසිටි බිල් එක ගෙවන්න. අනිත් එක ඒ පැත්තේ අපේ හාමුදුරුවෝත් කියනවා ඒ කාලේ හමුදාව දානලුවේ මහා මාලිගාව හැදුවේ. ඒ එකයි තව තියෙනවා. තව කල් තියෙනෝනේ අවුරුදු 1.5ක් දෙකක් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඔක්කොම එළියට දාන්න ඕනේ නැහැ.
Questions were raised by media thereafter.
විශ්වදී පක්ෂයේ විසින් අපේක්ෂිත ඉදිරිපත් කරනවද?
එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ නායකත්වය තමයි අපි ජනාධිපතිවරට ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නේ.
පළවෙනි වාර්තාවලට අනුව එක පාර්ශ්වයකින් ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මහතා තමයි ඉදිරිපත් වෙන්න තියෙන්නේ. අභියෝගයක් නෙවෙයිද?
නෑ අපිට අභියෝගයක් නෑ.
Chairman of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, Professor G.L. Piri, says that the Sri Lanka Freedom Party fails to acknowledge the root cause of the issues faced by the government. He expressed these views at a media briefing in Colombo today.
Now, the root causes of the problem, obvious as they are not receiving any attention at all. Yesterday, the Central Committee of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party and the Executive Committee met, and there was not one word about these burning issues which are raging within the interior of the government. So all that the government is interested in doing is continuing in order to enable a small number of people in positions of power in the government to enjoy unlimited benefits. President's pronouncement on the occasion of the 75th birth anniversary of the late Thero Madulo Abe Sobita, these remarks are really remarkable. He says that how can a leader who has only 47 seats in a parliament of 225 be elected prime minister? He forgets that it was his own act. It was President Sirisena who swore in the prime minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Then he says, how can such a small group of people embark on constitutional reform? But President Sirisena himself during the 100-day period came to parliament and extolled the virtues of the constitutional reform exercise. Then he says he has no idea who was responsible for drawing up the 100-day document. But the 100-day document is specifically referred to in President Sirisena's own manifesto.
Leader of Pivituru Hela Urumaya, MP Udagaman Pila, says that he is prepared to provide an affidavit stating that he did not accept monetary donation from Perpetual Treasuries Limited for election campaign purposes. He also requested the President to reveal the names of the 118 MPs who have received financial assistance from owner PTL Arjun Aloysius. He expressed these views at a media briefing in Colombo today.
When media posed the question of, did you also accept monetary donation from Perpetual Group, a lot of parliamentarians have given elusive answers. Some have said that it was customary to accept monetary donation from businessmen during the period of election. Hence, there was nothing to make a big noise about it. It may be pertinent to remind that when the election was declared in June 2015, Arjun Aloysius' connection to bond scam had already been exposed. That was did in March 2015. In this backdrop, I broadly categorize all parliamentarians into three. Green MPs, who have clearly denied accepting any money from Aloysius. Red MPs, who have firmly acknowledged the acceptance of money from Aloysius. Thirdly, the MPs who have given elusive and vague answers can be categorized into amber group. They still have the opportunity to give a firm, definite answer and be in one of the other groups, red or green. Because of this elusive behavior, I decide to make my statement by way of an affidavit. That is the best way to deny the accepting money from Aloysius. Because giving false information in an affidavit is punishable with 2-year rigorous imprisonment. I will hand over this affidavit to the Speaker of the Parliament tomorrow.
Supreme Court has decided to summon the case against Deputy Minister Ranjan Ramanayaka, who is accused of contempt of court, on the 18th of this month. The case was heard by a bench of judges comprising of Justices Eva Vanasundara and L.T.B. Dehidenia today.
Additional Solicitor General Priyantha Navana, who appeared on behalf of the Attorney General, informed the court that the Attorney General inspected the video footage that consists the statement made by Deputy Minister Ranjan Ramanayaka, and the said statement at a glance is in contempt of court. The Additional Solicitor General added that the next step should be to present a charge sheet to the Deputy Minister regarding the matter. President's Counsel Sumant Derana, on behalf of Deputy Minister Ranjan Ramanayaka, however, stated that he will produce a written explanation to the court as to why this charge cannot be continued. Accordingly, the Supreme Court summoned the case on the 18th of this month. Following the court proceedings, Deputy Minister Ranjan Ramanayaka responded to journalists on the list of 118 individuals accused of accepting money from PTL.
මම මුලින්දලම සටන් කළානේ මේ perpetual treasuries කියන කූප්‍රකට මහා බැංකුව හොරා කාපු ආයතනයෙන් මුදල් ගත්ත හොරුන්ව අල්ලන්න ඕනේ කියන මතය තමයි මම මුලින්දලම හිටියේ. මේ 118 දෙනෙකින් දැනට 3 දෙනෙක් අහු වෙලා තියෙනවා. දයාසිරි ජයසේකර මහත්මයා, රවි කරුණානායක මහත්මයා චෝදනා ලකුණා, ෆීල්ඩ් මාර්ෂල් සරත් ෆොන්සේකා මහත්මයා පිළිගත්තා. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ අනිත් අයත් දැම්ම පිළි අරගෙන මේ ගත්ත මුදල් නැවත රාජ්‍ය භාණ්ඩාගාරයට ලබා දුන්නොත් තමයි මහත්මා දේශපාලඥයෝ කියලා අපිට පිළිගන්න වෙන්නේ.
නියෝජිත වශයෙන් මේ වගේ ආයතනයකින් මෙහෙම මුදල් ලබා ගත්තාම මේ මහ ජනතාවගේ ඡන්දයටම නේද මේගොල්ලෝ මේ පහර ගහලා තියෙන්නේ.
ඔබ කියන දෙයට මම එකගයි. මම 100%ක් එකගයි. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මහ ජනතාව අපිට 54000ක පඩියක් දෙනවා. කෝටි 2.5ක් වටින පර්මිට් එකක් දෙනවා. මම ඉන්න නිල නිවසේ දීලා තියෙනවා රුපියල් 10යි කපා ගන්න එකට. එතකොට එන්ටර්ටේන්මන්ට් ඇලවුන්ස් එකක් දෙනවා. එතකොට මම අර එපයි කිව්ව ලක්ෂයක් දෙනවා. පඩි වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට පැමිණීමේ දීමනාවක් දෙනවා. එතකොට ඩිප්ලොමැටික් පාස්පෝර්ට් එකක් දෙනවා. මරණය දක්වා විශ්‍රාම වැටුමකුත් දෙනවා. එතකොට මේ දීලා තවත් හොරකම් කරනවා. මේක ඊටාම වැරදි දෙයක්.
On to one of our headline-making news now. The Presidential Commission appointed to investigate financial irregularities of the national carrier Sri Lankan Airlines, Sri Lankan Catering Private Limited and Meen Lanka commenced its proceedings today. As the first witness, an official from the Department of the Registrar of the Companies appeared before the Commission today.
The 5-member commission, which was appointed by President Maithripala Sirisena to investigate the alleged financial irregularities related to Sri Lankan Airlines, Sri Lankan Catering Private Limited and Meen Lanka, commenced its proceedings today. Accordingly, state attorneys representing the Attorney General's Department pointed out that Sri Lankan Airlines incurred losses of 143 billion rupees from 2006 to 2008. They also highlighted to the Commission that total debt of Sri Lankan Airlines stood at 167 billion rupees. The attorneys then said that during the same period, Meen Lanka has recorded an annual loss of 17 billion rupees and that its total debt stands at 10 billion rupees. Meanwhile, the company registrar's representative, who appeared before the Commission as the first witness, revealed that errors have been made while transferring 60 million shares from the Sri Lankan Catering Private Limited to the Sri Lankan Airlines. The representative also admitted that certain documents are related to the transaction were not available in the relevant file. The state attorneys meanwhile said that these particular documents prove that the Sri Lankan Catering Private Limited is not registered as per the due procedures.
You are watching Sri Lanka's award-winning news channel, Derana 24/7.
Welcome back to the news. Minister of Sustainable Development and Wildlife and Regional Development Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca says that compensation for people and properties that were injured or damaged due to attacks by elephants are being granted without delay. He made these remarks speaking to the area residents in Batiklo yesterday on the difficulties caused by elephant attacks.
Minister of Wildlife Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca arrived at the Divisional Secretariat in Batiklo with his Deputy Minister Palitha Tevaraperuma yesterday to discuss the issues of the area residents owing to the human-elephant conflict.
After contacting and passing the messages, they need at least 2.5 hours to reach the particular place for taking necessary actions. So that is the very first essential need for workers. And also public are requesting fencing to many things, especially. Last time also we have requested that will you get such advertising in both parities? And also these crackers, number of crackers, especially farmers roasting crackers.
The damage done to the cultivation is not within our purview. I think the Agriculture Ministry is taking action about that. We have not been paying compensation according to the Director General. Damage done to agriculture, our department has not been paying. But human beings and property, wildlife department has been paying. There have not been any delay here.
Let's now take a look at some of the stories making news across the country.
Eastern Province Governor Rohit Bogullagama's wife and daughter were granted bail by the Colombo Chief Magistrate. Earlier today, they surrendered before the Colombo Chief Magistrate's Court in connection with a complaint lodged with the police station, accusing them of verbally abusing, threatening and attempting to assault a woman at the premises of a temple in Colombo in April. The case will be taken again on the 22nd of this month. Chairman of Talawakele Lindula Pradeshya Sabha Ashoka Sepala and 3 others whom were arrested by Noor police yesterday remanded till the 11th of this month. They were arrested over a case of abduction and selling a 5-year-old girl last year. Mother of the child and the couple who brought the child are among the arrestees. A special program to educate the general public on non-communicable diseases was held at the Apegama premises in Battaramulla today. The event was organized by the Ministry of Health and Indigenous Medicine. Subject Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne participated as the chief guest of the event.
Oil prices fell today as the US production hit a record high and as OPEC members considering boosting supply. Benchmark Brent crude oil SCOC1 lost $1.26 a barrel or 1.6% to hit a low of $75.53 before recovering a little to $75.69, down $1.10. US light crude CRC1 was 40 cents lower at 65.41 a barrel. Furthermore, according to data from the Energy Information Administration, US crude production climbed in March to 10.47 million barrels per day, which is a monthly record. The benchmark all share price index lost 6.1 points to close at 6,394.93, while the S&P 20 closed in red. We now have Meshi Fernando from the Colombo Stock Exchange for a detailed picture from the trading floor.
The turnover was 771.83 million rupees with 11.7 million shares changed in hands in 2,759 trades. The market capitalization at the end of the day was 2,986.38 billion rupees. Today's foreign purchases were 612.37 million rupees and foreign sales were 294.17 million rupees. There were 8 crossings today and the crossing turnover was 556.02 million rupees.
Sri Lanka's premier news channel, Other Derana 24/7.
At least 25 people, including 3 children, have been killed and nearly 300 injured in the most violent eruption of Guatemala's Fuego volcano in over 4 decades. Officials have taken measures to evacuate over 3,000 people so far. Fuego volcano spewed an 8-kilometer stream of red-hot lava and belched a thick plume of black smoke and ash that rained onto the capital and other regions. Notorious as one of the most active volcanoes in Central America, Fuego is located some 25 miles southwest of the capital Guatemala City and is close to the colonial city of Antigua, popular with tourists. A flow of lava hit the village of El Rodeo, killing people inside houses. A video taken by Guatemala's fire department showed 3 bodies strewn atop a lava flow as rescuers arrived to attend an elderly man caked from head to toe in ash and mud. Steaming lava flowed down the streets of another village as emergency crews entered homes in search of trapped residents. A total of 1.7 million people have been affected by the eruption. Officials have advised people to wear masks as protection against falling ash in 4 of Guatemala's regions. Meanwhile, the eruption also forced the Guatemala city's La Aurora International Airport to shut down its only runway due to the presence of volcanic ash and to guarantee passengers and aircraft safety. Authorities fear the death toll could rise further because many people are unaccounted for. President Jimmy Morales, meanwhile, has announced 3 days of mourning. As the world is paying attention to the possible diplomatic summit between US President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, it seems that there is yet another high-profile meeting that is to be held soon. North Korea media reported yesterday that Syrian President Bashar al-Assad plans to visit North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in the near future. If the meeting takes place as reported, it will be the first between the North Korean leader and another head of state in Pyongyang. North Korea state media reported yesterday of Syrian president's statement where Assad had revealed of his willingness to visit North Korea for discussions with its leader Kim Jong-un. Assad had made the remarks on the 30th of May as he received the credentials of North Korean ambassador Moon Jong-nam. There, however, was no immediate comment from the Syrian president's office. Pyongyang and Damascus maintain good relations, and United Nations monitors have accused North Korea of cooperating with Syria on chemical weapons, a charge the North denies. Both countries have faced international isolation, North Korea over its nuclear weapons program and Syria over its tactics during the internal war. Since the beginning of the year, North Korea's Kim has launched a flurry of diplomatic meetings with leaders in China and South Korea and is scheduled to hold a summit with US President Donald Trump in Singapore on 12th of June. Sri Lanka Cricket today announced the appointment of its selection committee. Graham Labroy will remain as the chairman with Gamini Wickramasinghe, Eric Upashanta, Chandika Hathurusinghe and Gerald Wooters included in the selection committee. The new committee will be effective for a period of 1 year commencing from 16th of May 2018. Second seed Alexander Zverev came through a third successive 5-set match to see off Karen Khachanov and reach the French Open quarter-finals. Outclassing the unseeded Russian in an enthralling match in Paris, Zverev will now play Austrian Dominic Thiem at the French Open quarters.
Second seed Alexander Zverev defeated Karen Khachanov, winning his third consecutive match at the French Open yesterday. The 21-year-old German edged out Russia's Karen Khachanov 4-6, 7-6, 2-6, 6-3, 6-3 and has progressed to his first Grand Slam quarter-final where he will face Austrian Dominic Thiem. Zverev is now the 7th German in the Open era to reach the last 8 at Roland Garros.
Manusha Jaitlika is at the other Derana Weather Centre with your forecast first evening edition.
A very good evening and welcome to Forecast First. Let's take a look at your temperatures first. Your temperatures are to vary between 21 to 33 degrees Celsius over the next 24 hours, with the highest temperature expected in the Batticaloa district. The lowest temperature, of course, can be expected from the Nuwara district. Moving on to your rain forecast now, the prevailing southwest monsoon season will bring about some showers in many provinces of the island, including the northwestern, western, central and Uva provinces. There will be some misty conditions across many parts of the country as well. That's it from your weather center tonight. Up next is your city by city forecast.
And before we go tonight, we'd like to take you to one of the most famous coastal cities in Sri Lanka, Hikkaduwa. Neighbouring the southern city of Galle, golden beaches of Hikkaduwa attract thousands of tourists every year. It is also home to one of Sri Lanka's 3 marine national parks with fringing coral reefs and a high degree of biodiversity. We hope you enjoy these visuals and have a pleasant evening.
Bringing you the news and information 24 hours a day. This is Sri Lanka's premier news channel, Other Derana 24/7.